right, guys. So we got another one. This is the third one of today's series of WTF crypto. North Korea sent a researcher into crypto, and nobody noticed for months. So it goes like this. So I want you to think about what it takes to pull off a long con, not a quick scam, not a smash and grab, a long con. Weeks, months, building relationships, earning trust, becoming genuinely useful to people, all while working towards something they would never agree to if they knew the truth. That is exactly what happened here, except the con artist wasn't some guy in a basement. It was North Korea. Sometime in 2024, a person using the name Nick started showing up in crypto security circles. Nick was sharp. Nick knew his stuff. He joined calls, contributed to discussions, shared insights about smart contract vulnerabilities, gave useful advice to teams trying to protect their protocols. He built genuine relationships with some of the most respected names in crypto security. People liked Nick. People trusted Nick. Nick was invited into private conversations that most people in the industry never get access to. Nick was a North Korean intelligence operative working for the Lazarus Group, the same state-sponsored hacking team behind the 1.4 billion Bybit heist. You guys remember that one?
Yep.
Which
Hmm.
is the largest crypto theft in human history. His job was to get close enough to eventually deliver a payload, a piece of malware that would let North Korea drain wallets, steal keys, and fund a nuclear weapons program.
Wow.
So sit with that for a second.
Yeah.
Someone you've been on calls with for months, someone who has helped you, someone you consider a colleague, is a spy for North Korea. How do you even process that? I genuinely don't know. What
Yeah.
do you guys think?
Well, I think it's the one thing about being on the internet, right? It's like you don't, unless you've sat down and you know somebody personally and you've spoken with them and you've spent time with them, you don't know who you're dealing with for the most part when you're getting into groups and there's always, a handful of people and you don't truly know who they are, unless you really know who they are, right? So it's like that's one of the things you
Yeah.
got to look out for in this industry. Like if you get into coins or tokens or communities, there if there's 30 people in a room, one or two of them are bad apples every single time
Oh
without fail.
yeah.
So you got to be real careful who you trust in this game.
Yeah. Well, especially in the industry that we're in, right? Everything's remote. Like you don't have to be in the same, even the same time zone. You can sit there and do work all together, right?
Yeah.
And like you
I mean,
said,
how many things have we been a part of where we've worked with guys for years and we've never actually sat down and met them,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, we never
Like,
even got on a video call and met
yeah, you don't even
them.
know what
Like
they
it's
look like
just,
half the time,
yeah.
right? So it's like it's
Well, and
just the
then you
nature of the
also,
game.
it's kind of crazy, right? Because the guy was over here helping people, making sure they weren't losing money and everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was to gain trust. So, I mean, it's North Korea Lazarus Group. This is a very sophisticated thing, right?
Probably
It's
one of the
not,
biggest
yeah,
hacker
for
groups
sure.
in all of crypto.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing unraveled in March 2025 when Anton Bukov, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, the co-founder of One Inch Exchange, asked Nick to review a security report he'd prepared. Nick sent back a file in a .app file, the kind that, if open, would have silently compromised Bukov's entire device and handed North Korea access to everything on it.
Damn.
Bukov got suspicious, confronted Nick directly, and Nick immediately blocked him and vanished. Bukov posted about it publicly within hours. Within a day, blockchain security researchers had linked Nick's activities to the 50 million Radiant Capital hack, the same fingerprints, the same methods, one fake identity, months of relationship building, and a single malicious file that almost worked. North Korea has stolen an estimated 6 billion in crypto since
That is
2017.
crazy, man.
That money goes directly to fund their nuclear and ballistic missile programs. This isn't cybercrime. It is state-sponsored financial warfare, and crypto is one of their primary weapons.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I mean, it goes to show even the biggest, richest guys in the industry can get duped. And when you make a big mistake like that, it's a lot more than just some guy stealing your money. You're funding organization that is literally could be terrorists, right? Like you could be funding massive
Hmm.
destruction by just not doing your research and due diligence on who you're dealing with.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I
So
mean, it's crazy that the guy was even able to be suspicious enough to not open that file because all it took was him opening that file, right? So, man, yeah, like Pinky was saying, it happens to the best of us sometimes, no matter how low of a hanging fruit you can be, or how high up in a
You know, at
corporation. So,
at the same time, man, I kind of blame them, right? It's like, dude, you guys are handling massive amounts of money, information, all this stuff, and you need to do a little better job on really vetting who you're giving this information to and who's working on projects with you, because that's just as much their fault as it is the guy trying to take it, you know?
yep, for sure.
Well, the scariest part about this is not the hack, it's that Nick was actually really good at his job or what he was doing. He was genuinely helpful, genuinely knowledgeable, genuinely present for
Yep.
months. So you can't audit human trust the way you audit code. And that's exactly what they're counting on.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, anyways, yeah, more of these stories to come. So make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. And we're going to be doing these every day. So.
What the every single day, baby.
Peace.